Day 33, verses 39 to 40, Beyond Effort and Outcome. Namaste and welcome to Gita 360. So far, the focus has been on understanding the nature of life, duty, and how to act without being disturbed by outcomes. Here, the Gita marks an important shift. Krishna moves from explaining what is to introducing how to live and act with that understanding. So far, I have explained to you Sankhya Yoga, or pure knowledge about the nature of the soul. Now listen, O Parth, as I reveal Buddhi Yoga, or the yoga of intellect. When you work with this understanding, you will be free from the bondage of karma. Krishna separates the two aspects of approaching life, understanding and action. Until now, the focus has been on seeing clearly, on recognizing what is real and what is temporary, what is right and what is wrong. But understanding alone is not enough. It needs to express itself through how we act. Action is where we face problems. Action often binds us. We act with expectation, with attachment, with a desire for certain results. And when these results do not materialize as expected, we feel disturbed. Over time, this creates a cycle. Action leading to expectation leading to emotional and physical reaction. Krishna introduces a different possibility. Action can also free us if it is performed with the right understanding. When action is guided by clarity rather than driven by attachment, it does not leave behind the same kind of residue in the mind. This is the beginning of a new way of taking action, not as something that traps us, but as something that can liberate us. Working in the state of complete consciousness, there is no loss or adverse result, and even a little effort saves one from great danger. One of the biggest barriers to action is the fear of failure. A lot of times in our lives, we hesitate to act because we are unsure of the outcome. We worry that our effort may not lead anywhere, or worse still, it may lead us to something negative. Here, the Gita offers reassurance. Once there is complete understanding of taking action with no expectations about the results, there is no risk. There is no loss in the beginning, no penalty for not getting it right. Every step, no matter how small, contributes to the direction we want to go towards. This thought itself is deeply freeing. It means we do not have to wait until we feel fully prepared. We do not have to ensure that everything must be right before we begin. The very act of moving in the right direction has value. This way of taking action protects us from fear, not by removing uncertainty, but by changing how we relate to it. When we are no longer attached to outcomes, fear loses much of its hold. In our daily lives, hesitation often comes from wanting certainty. We want to know that our effort will lead to the result we desire. If that certainty is missing, we delay, overthink, or avoid taking the first step altogether. But very often, clarity does not come before action. It comes through action. When we begin, even in a small way, we start to see more clearly. The path reveals itself gradually. When we shift our focus from what will I get to what will I do, the pressure begins to reduce. We are no longer trying to control the entire outcome. We are simply taking the next step with awareness. Over time, this builds a different relationship with action. It becomes less about proving something and more about moving steadily in a direction that feels right. Thought of the day. If you pause before taking action today, take a quiet moment and reflect. Am I waiting for certainty before I begin something important? What small step can I take today, even if I do not see the full path? Thank you for joining me on Geeta 360. May you find the courage to begin, even in small ways, trusting that no sincere effort is ever wasted.